Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Flux campaign. This will be part 2 of our Leezahie revisit here for the day. So last time, quite a few of our adventurers went back to the past and ended up in New Hope, and I got to be a part of the opening festivities. They figured out that the bone dagger handle that they were holding onto, Theos figured out that it basically can help manipulate the time for them. So if they need to fast forward time for any reason, or, well, they found out very quickly that if they need to reverse time, it has some very drastic effects, but it will help them undo some things if they mess anything up. So that'll be fun for them to play with if they choose to do that again. And Theos actually managed to snake away a little black gem from the Prophet, and they're headed towards the tower currently. So that's where we're picking back up. I'm Eric, the DM. I usually play Lokar. We'll do roll call.
I'm Sarah. I play Isabel, Axel, Kyle, and Flick.
I'm Jackie. I play Silva, No Ranger, and usually with, but not currently, or Beast Companion, White Tiger, Snowflake.
I'm Tony. I play Puck, a changeling old man.
Hey, this is Charlie. I play the Goliath Barbarian Bardus.
I am Steve, and I play Theus, who will maybe be committing murder tonight.
Okay. So like I said, last we left off, you guys were headed away from the tailor shop. Now you have this black marble. You've kind of made friends with the Prophet, and he was headed towards the blacksmith shop, so you guys decided you were going towards the tower. I'm assuming that is still a true statement.
Yes.
Sounds true.
Okay. So you guys start to approach the tower. It doesn't look like anybody is really up. So as you walk through the main thoroughfare of town, there's a slight incline of the road, and then you end up basically heading up to where the tower is. Now, there's nobody really around the tower. It's just it seems to be that most people are down in the city, busy doing other things, and there's not really anything located up here. It's kind of up on a little bit of a hill, and then obviously the tower, but there's really not much else around here than like a few trees that don't quite crest the hill's peak. So you are in a little bit of a high visibility area, but it's, a good like couple 100 feet away from the rest of the city.
Okay, well, I guess I approach the tower.
Okay. You've been to the tower before? Yes.
Yes,
So
I have.
It's, a pretty standard door. Seems to be there's a locking mechanism on it and like a handle.
All right, I test the handle.
The handle is unlocked.
I gently twist and push it open.
Okay. You gently twist and push it open and die. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn it!
And so, it gives and it opens up to a room. And you've seen it before. It looks like a council chamber. So there is, there's like a big table, several chairs. It looks to be about 10 or so. There's some cabinetry on the sides of the wall that kind of house like glasses, and it looks like kind of wine vases and some other stuff, basically some refreshments and things from when they hold council there. So there's some fruits and things that can last a couple days in there. It looks like just a council chamber room.
And if I remember correctly, there's some stairs leading up to the second floor towards the bank.
Sorry. On the very opposite side from where the door is, there is a set of stairs that will take you up to the second floor.
All right. I'm going to start walking through, and I'm going to actually hold the marble in my hand as I walk through the tower.
Okay. You're just holding it? Are you looking at it?
I'm going to be holding it.
In the corner of your eye, maybe?
Keep it in the corner of my eye just to see if anything happens to it, because I I already know that it's something important to him, so I'm gonna
Sure.
see if it reacts to anything.
Okay. Yeah, you walk across the room. It doesn't react. Is everybody else entering also?
Yep. Silvus.
Sure.
Yes, let us enter the tower. So the door is nice and open.
Yep. Are you guys leaving the door open?
How big is the tower?
No.
Tall.
As
and
Jackie
width.
closes said
I
door.
closed the door.
It is. So I would say what?
6 stories as I found.
Yeah, I think it looks to be about 6 stories. I would say the width of it, it's probably a few hundred feet wide. Like it's big enough that it's got some girth, so that there's enough room to house like this big console chamber and such.
Now who's making the bone jokes?
Girth, it was an appropriate term for that. You're the one that made the tower girth into a dirty joke.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, well, I'm gonna make my way towards the stairs.
Okay. Are you heading up them or just making your way towards them?
I'll make my way towards them. I'll wait for the rest of the party to catch up before I go up.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything in this room?
I peruse the fruits. Is there an apple?
Sure. Yeah, there. It seems like there's apples. There's a few oranges.
I'll grab an apple.
A few bananas. Like just that like type of fruit that can be grown in that area, I guess.
I just look around for anything interesting.
Okay. Do you want to roll an investigation?
Sure. Ooh.
Last time I remember there being servants here.
I believe they were on the second floor last time.
There were servants on the second floor. You investigate the room.
I see the apple that Bartis picked
Yeah,
up.
you see Bartis pick up an apple. I mean, it's all very obvious. It's a very console chamber. Is everybody heading upstairs then?
Yep.
I'm gonna stealth up to see if I can spot the servants before they spot me.
Okay. Yeah, roll me a stealth. At disadvantage. Oh, that was supposed to be a disadvantage, but it doesn't matter.
Okay, well, I remember that because I rolled 2 dice.
Well, that's good. Yes. And those of you that might just be tuning in and don't remember, they took a level of fatigue for reversing time last time, so the fatigue is making them take disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay, well, the first roll was a 19 and the second roll was a 17, so it's a 23 stealth.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. You managed to sneak up the stairs, and you see that the servants are in the room. It looks to be a male and female Shatterkai, but they are kind of walking around and tidying things up and organizing some of the stuff. They're not talking. They're not really doing much. They're just kind of staying busy.
I back up a bit and I turn to Puck and I go, Puck, do you think you can imitate the prophet?
What
There's servants upstairs we need to get rid of.
what kind of tasks can we give them outside? Sorry, I'm just really tired.
Just tell them to go enjoy the festival.
All right. So wait 1 second. What about you guys? They're down there rummaging through the fruit.
Not wrong.
He's not wrong. Just tell them that he's entertaining some guests before the festivities and that they should go and enjoy the festivities.
Um,
And be persuasive.
I know. I'm just thinking of something. All right, I'll shift into the prophet and.
Okay.
What was he wearing before?
Like a gray robe, like a monk robe.
And I don't think I'm wearing that right now, so. I'll cast Disguise Self to give myself the robes unless I see something around. Is there a robe in the closet?
No, there's not really a closet down here. It doesn't look like that. It looks like this is literally just used as a council chamber.
While he does that, I'm going to turn around to everyone else, make my way down the stairs quietly, and be like, all right, everyone, act natural as if we're guests here.
I'll
Okay.
peruse the fruit, I guess.
Sorry, I was having some technical difficulties. My button got stuck.
That's fine. All right, so you've turned into the prophet. You cast a spell to look. So you're basically looking exactly like him.
Yeah, as he was today. And then so I'll go upstairs and go to the servants.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Okay, and so as you walk upstairs and you address them, they turn and go, yes, sir.
We have some guests downstairs, and some of them quite large and hungry. I was wondering if you guys can go out and get some more food so I can entertain them.
So go ahead and roll a deception.
All right.
I would give you advantage because you look exactly like the prophet, but
I get double.
Yeah.
I get advantage on it on top of. So if I get disadvantage, I'm just normal now.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You'll have normal.
What I'm saying is, I normally, as a changeling, also have advantage.
Right, but you can't double down on advantage.
Ah, dang. Okay.
Yeah. There are rare circumstances that allow you to like get in a kind of a
Quadruple advantage.
But yeah.
All right, I rolled 13. What's that do? Deception, or 20.
A 20 for deception.
Yeah.
Okay. The servants they kind of look and go, of course, sir, and they kind of walk down the stairs and they see all of you in the room. How are you reacting?
I'm sitting in a chair with my feet kicked up on the console table, and I just smile and wave.
Okay. They kind of just scan the room and notice all of you at least, and then they kind of just walk out the front door casually.
Oh, then. All right. Thank you. I'll close the door. And all right, guys. I'm not sure how long that'll be.
Cool. I'll go back upstairs.
They're getting supplies, so I'm not even sure if they're going to run into the guy during the market. So, all right. So let's go upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay. And as you walk upstairs, so yeah, I'll wait. That's fine. Keep going.
I'll cast Detect Magic as I go up the stairs.
Okay. You scan the room, and nothing in this room seems to be magical.
I take a glance at does Steve's marble
Yes, Steve's marble does glow.
Right.
Well, would you look at that?
Yeah, so that there.
I mean,
that's magical.
he can see your marble glowing, but
Yeah.
Oh, I can't.
No,
No.
I cast Detect Magic, and you can see to what I see.
Do you?
Well, I mean, I know
see
we're close, but damn.
This was like a bedroom?
Yeah, it's so the second floor here looks to be basically where the prophet would sleep. So it's like a bedchamber area.
And there were no stairs to the third floor.
No stairs to the third floor. All that's in
No
here is like an
visible.
armoire, like a desk, a bed, like a changing area, such like that.
All right. Upstairs, like there should be another level. Is there?
There's no visible way to get there.
I know. Is there a magical like illusion or something blocking a stair or something upstairs, or is it just all solid wall?
You don't see anything else magical in this room.
And there's no further way up.
No. I was gonna look that up, but I was writing something down. With Detect Magic, is there something you can like see through walls or anything, or is it blocked by line of sight?
Detect Magic, for the duration, you could sense the presence of magic within 30 feet in front of you. Blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of dirt or wood.
By a foot of stone?
A foot of stone.
Okay. You do not see. So yeah, you do not see anything in the room, and even like looking towards the ceiling, you don't see anything.
All
like
right.
magical.
Guys, want me to just destroy shit?
Is there a window or two?
There is a window that kind of looks out over the town.
Do I see birds outside?
Yeah, you can see birds going through.
I'm gonna try to speak with animals to a bird.
Okay.
So
1 second though.
no.
Where is Theus in the room, by the way?
I guess I'd stand as close to the center of the room as possible.
Okay. We'll get back to this in a second, but when you're in the center of the room, that crystal ball begins to glow.
Okay. But sure, Jackie can do her thing first.
Yeah, that's fine.
I would like to talk to a bird and ask them to go to the 3rd floor.
She's doing her Snow White thing.
Yeah. Are they gonna dress me too, or clean for me? And
Wait, hold on. Are you dressed?
I want to ask if, like, from the 3rd floor, they can tell a way stairs down.
So all you're trying to get from them is
where we would enter to.
Is how you would enter the 3rd floor.
Yes.
So the birds so you managed to summon over a couple birds, and you ask them to go check out up, and they they're pigeons, and they come back down, and they're basically, no way, flat,
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I mean,
So,
yeah.
How's the birds?
They don't see a way in to the 3rd floor.
All right. I'm gonna try something. We're not gonna be able to come back here if I do this.
Well, wait.
Is this the hold my beer moment?
Anything that starts with
Hold
that
my beer.
phrase.
I'm gonna get us kicked out, guys.
Should we leave?
Well, wait, because I think I see there's something happening with the orb over there.
Okay. What do you see?
God, what do I see?
Okay, so you get you're kind of walking around the room trying to get a feel, and all of a sudden, like, you walk into the center or about the center, and you notice out of the corner of your eye that the orb begins to glow.
All right, I approach the orb.
Well, no, it's the one in your hand.
The marble.
The marble.
Oh.
Sorry. The marble begins to glow. And I would say, yeah, you seem kind of attuned. Yeah, give me an insight. I feel like I'm giving a lot of insight checks to inanimate objects.
Well, that's a natural 20, but since I have disadvantage, that's a 16.
Okay.
Plus 9, so that's a 25.
Still good enough. So you actually feel that while you're holding this orb, you feel compelled to let it pull you.
Let it go.
All right, I allow it to. I follow the direction it seems to tug at in my hand.
Okay. As the rest of you are kind of looking around, suddenly Theus poofs, and he's just gone. And
Now who's gonna hold
Theus,
my beer?
you suddenly notice that you are now standing in front of like a pedestal holding an orb that looks to be the same color as the marble you're holding. And also in front of you, so that's like right in front of you. Now, 20 feet in front of you is what looks to be coming out of the out of a concrete slab in a way. It's almost like hands that are holding this enormous crystal, and it is basically in like a low murmur, dark glow.
Ooh, that's not good. I try stepping back.
Like just stepping backwards?
Yeah.
Okay. The orb, it was currently glowing while you were next to that orb. It kind of begins to faint a little bit as you step away.
But I don't poof back down to the rest of the party.
But you do feel that like it's kind of one of those things, if you just push a little bit of will into it, that it might take you back where you were.
That I think it
That was me trying to put will into it.
Oh,
Sounds
okay.
a little bit like
Yeah,
constipation.
so it doesn't quite work, but you move a little bit closer back towards the orb, and poof, you're back on that second floor in the bedroom.
Guys, I found it.
Found what?
Everyone, everyone, grab onto me.
Well.
Freezer.
You're not gonna. Your hands aren't in your pants right now, are they?
No.
As we all got uncomfortable.
Do we need to touch your ball?
Oh, God.
Just touch my robes. And once everyone is grabbed onto my robes, I will try and push my will back into the orb to move back.
Oh, nobody said that they grabbed their robes. You hear your robes yet? Back up a second. Everybody's still staring at you uncomfortably.
Come on, guys, we have to stop the evil.
God, this.
Oh, this just.
Take another bite of apple and reach out and grab a strand of robe.
All right, I'll grab his the arm.
This doesn't seem safe.
Everybody's grabbing a bit of robe.
Yeah.
Okay, and are you willing again?
Once everyone is touching me, I will.
God.
And poof, everybody is up onto the crystal floor.
Welcome to third floor, where we have dark evil crystals.
Huh.
Oh.
I was gonna try and work my collapse in the tower.
Have you described the third floor?
Yeah. So the third floor. I will say that this room looks a lot more ominous. So directly in front of you is a much bigger version of the orb that he has the marble of. It is suspended in what almost looks like a claw-like pedestal that is attached to the floor. You notice that the entire floor is stone, and that's been true about each of these levels. It seems like they started with stone and maybe added a little bit of wood to it, but this one is just flat stone. In the middle of the room is a giant, I'm talking, it's like a 20-foot high, probably like 10-foot around crystal. And it is basically like a dark purple, and it's kind of got a bit of a glow. Like if you think of like those Himalayan salt lamp kind of things, but it's got that kind of a little bit of a glow to it. It's suspended on like 4 claws that are kind of coming out of the ground.
Are we going to see some Skeksis?
Maybe.
God.
I didn't think about this being a Dark Crystal reference, but I guess that's... Wow, that's my brain just went there, I guess. And then you can see various books and all sorts of things that are on tables. Yeah, and I mean, there's like orbs and all sorts of things that are around here that have little bits of glow to them. So it looks like, this looks like a madman's kind of workshop, I would say.
All right, time to loot. Oh wait, we can't steal anything. Damn it.
Well, if whatever we steal now, he can't use later while we're still here.
Yeah, it just disappears if we go back to Flux.
How long has it been?
How long has it been since what?
Since we left the Prophet.
By the time you guys kind of walked up here, got into the room, did your investigations, I'm going to give it about a half an hour.
Okay,
But now that we're on this floor, the servants probably don't know about this floor, so we're probably fine.
I'm gonna keep eyeing out the window to see if I see like the Prophet.
Is there a window?
Back.
Okay.
If there's a one. Well, the birds got in to look, so I'm assuming there's a window
Yeah, there's a window.
on this floor.
Yeah.
So are we on the third floor?
Yeah, I mean, as far as you can tell, based on kind of looking out the window, you can see that it's the third floor.
Hey, Silva, are there any other floors? Because I think...
Has it been less than 10 minutes? I can ask my bird friends again.
Does it look like there's more floors to this tower?
There were 6.
So I will say that based on the size of the crystal, you would be able to tell that this floor takes up actually 2 levels.
Oh, okay, good to know.
So there's one more then, at least. At least 2 more then.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
Yes, but let's focus on this level for now, since time is not entirely of the essence. We should definitely investigate his notes, the crystals, everything.
Yeah. Well,
All right. So instead of making you guys roll an investigation right away, because obviously this seems to be a room that was hidden, and people were never meant like he didn't put things away trying to hide things from people. He just assumed this room was the hidden entry point. So I will just ask how long you want to spend here.
Well, the only thing we have to worry about tonight is there anything we have to worry about him doing tonight during the festivities?
As far as you know, he just is at the festivities helping things out. Now,
We don't know if he comes back in between.
you don't know if he comes back. The only thing you know is that he ends up at the festivities.
Yeah.
And you know that he had said he was going to be down in the city for a couple hours. I would assume inferring that he was coming
And you
back
said it's
to the
been
tower
about
probably
A
first.
half hour?
It's been about half an hour since you guys left him.
Do we want
And you
to?
can always turn back time and do more investigation, guys.
Yeah, and get more exhaustion. Oh boy. Oh, if we got a couple hours when we spent half an hour, do we want to do like another? Do we want to spend like 30 minutes to an hour investigating?
And I mean, and you guys are a pretty big group, so I think if you gather enough notes individually and then come together.
Let's say 30 minutes.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
let's
So
say
yeah,
30 minutes.
I would say in 30 minutes you guys kind of split up. But what is everybody investigating? Let's say everybody gets to pick a point in the room and spend half an hour in that spot.
I claim the breakables.
Which breakables? Just the like where there's like crystals and stuff?
Oh man, the breakables. You didn't let us do an investigation.
That's fair. I mean, I will say that there's at least a couple desks of like notes. There is at least probably a desk where there seems to be like chemical compounds and reagents that are being used. There's obviously the crystal in the middle of the room. There's the dangling kind of I'll call them like bulbs and things like that are hanging all over the room.
I'll check the crystal
I'll check
Okay.
the notes.
because I'm not that smart.
But you have Arcana trained.
I do.
Do you? I hope you do.
I don't.
You don't? Oh my god.
The
I'm
one
just
person that
talented,
gets Arcana
okay?
doesn't have Arcana trained.
I'm talented, okay?
The one caster in our group.
Yep.
Hey, I am both a sorcerer and a warlock. I am gifted and cursed. Never trained.
Do you?
And what's he doing?
Looking at it.
I will say that one of the desks looks to contain more books. One of them contains more looks to be scrolls. Which one would you be attracted to, Theus?
Scrolls probably.
Okay. And so Bardus is going for the breakables.
That'd be the chemicals, wouldn't it?
Sure.
Yeah, Bardis is gonna go for the chemicals because they've got all the broken glass. So we're gonna bomb this place in what, 30 seconds?
Hey, the best way to figure out what that potion does is to drink it.
Oh, good.
He's not wrong.
Is Axel doing anything?
Turns to the left. It's actually alchemist fire.
Dragon's
this
breath.
this potion tastes like burning.
Or Silva doing anything? Or what's Silva?
I can look at the book table.
Okay. Well, okay. I'll just say for sake of argument, you guys get half an hour at each spot. So you don't have like Arcana, Puck?
No,
Trained?
just detect magic.
I at least have 1 point.
Okay, well, you still had detect magic going. Well, I would say for this, you need to be trained in
Trained,
Arcana
sure.
to figure it out,
I could
or
just
to get
try
anything really out of it.
Yeah.
And then I would say that with your detect magic, the orb is lit up. The big crystal in the middle is lit up. And then the scrolls on the table are lit up, and the one table that has all like the chemical components, there's a bunch lighting up over there too.
All right.
But that's
I'm
as far
giving
as you
up.
can get in terms of knowing that. And then I will say that the scrolls look to be several spells that have to do with enchantment and basically being able to store energy and kind of like mood magic. Like I'll say like ways to manipulate people's moods and memories and things like that. And then the actual book tables, you find there's information like it's a lot of like designs in the city, and kind of the practicality of how to set up conduits and things like that to allow for the best saturation of magic. And you actually find kind of a map of the city, and it starts describing the materials that are going to be used for the buildings. And it looks like that the actual buildings are made out of something called whitestone.
Well, shit.
Okay,
All right.
so I find a map. I'm guessing if I like hand it to Bardis, he's gonna. He's not gonna keep it. Like it's gonna
Disappear.
Can I ask him, Bardis, do you have like paper? Could you copy this really quick?
Let me rummage through my
He
stuff.
didn't look at his breakables yet.
Well, I would say he looked over the
If not,
breakables, and then as soon as you found the map, you probably called him over.
If not, I would copy it down.
Okay, you have paper?
I have my journal.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you could draw the map
But
in your journal.
if he's faster, because he does this kind of thing.
Oh, because he's the map maker.
I probably would ask.
Yeah, and I would say that you spent a few minutes at the table and you just noticed there's like a bunch of components,
the map shows
and vials and things like that. It just looks like kind of an alchemist table.
I'm gonna ask Bardis to copy it.
But without anybody really being an alchemist, it would be hard to tell kind of what the components could do.
Map. Okay. Can you? It showed like placement.
So it's the placements, it's the building materials, and it specifies a lot of whitestone. And it looks like there's actually a conduit. So not only is there are the buildings made of whitestone, but it actually looks like underground there is whitestone that actually links back to the tower as well.
Okay.
So it actually it seems like even the tower is made out of this whitestone.
Okay. Hey Bardis, can you copy this?
What have you got?
A map.
Ooh, a map of what?
The city.
Can we just take the map?
We might lose it when we leave. Actually, we will lose it when we leave.
I don't quite understand. Yes.
So we want our own copy of it. Can you do that?
Certainly.
Thank you.
Give me that. Let's see. You said is there a desk area, like where you found it or something that I could like?
Yeah, you said it was at like a table? Or?
Yeah, it's at a desk. Yeah, you could sit and copy it there.
All right. I move over to the desk area and move some stuff out of the way and begin copying them out.
Cool.
Puck is just crossing his arms and just like, I don't get it.
Well, yeah. That's what happens when you don't train in Arcane.
Is anybody?
I don't think so.
Is it Norin?
Norin, I don't know. As a cleric? Maybe not. He's probably religion.
Anyway.
Yeah, he's not Arcana.
I'm just curious.
Anything in the scrolls I look through?
I mean, it seems to just be a bunch of magic that describes like you can see there's a few notes, and it seemed like, I guess you're not really Arcana either, but like you find a few notes that kind of say like enchantment and visual, as well as mood altering. Like there's some keywords in there that you can see like kind of scribbled in. I would almost say in like an elfish language, like in Elven.
I read Elvish.
There you go. But yeah, it seems to be that a lot of these spells are just noted as like alters mood or alters appearance or alters memory and things like that.
All right. Well, holding the marble tightly in my hand, I'm going to start walking towards the crystal again. I'm going to try and see if there's like a place on the crystal where this marble would fit into it. Like if it's a missing piece of the crystal.
No, okay. Yeah, you walk over to it and I would almost say that it looks like it was designed lack of a better term, because you're from Eberron.
Yeah.
So you've probably been around magical devices and things like that.
Yes.
That it's probably more like a teleportation stone situation.
Mm.
So it's like this marble is just a conduit link to this stone, but it seems to be proximity based.
Okay. Well, I'm going to grasp it tight, and just for a test, I'm going to try and will myself up another floor.
It doesn't, like, you try to will yourself that way, and it doesn't seem to respond in that way.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing, like, you kind of get like a sense, like, lack of a better term, like when you kind of will into it, the only real option you have is stay here or go down. It's like an elevator in a way.
Okay, and based on the documents I read, this crystal is key to the whatever ritual he's doing to affect moods.
That would not have been in all the paperwork that you saw, but
Okay.
it looks like according to the map, all of that white stone is channeled back to this crystal. And that would be in the notes that Silva found.
Okay.
All right.
Then, yeah, I'm not aware of that yet. That's fine.
I'm guessing not. Is there a visible way up?
No, there's no
No.
visible way up.
Okay. I'm gonna try my thing then.
You're gonna try your what?
Mhm.
I'm gonna try getting up. I go. I'll go to the wall.
Okay.
And at increments, because it's a cantrip, over and over again, try move earth, and essentially pull out stones such that you can use them to climb up. And then how's that working?
So you're
Making
attempting to
stairs?
move Earth.
I could, yeah,
To turn
because
the
it can
stones?
move dirt or stone.
To turn
Is
the
I would
stones
say
into stairs?
I don't want to like rule this out, but
I could move 5 cubic feet of it.
yeah, I'm just trying to think because this is kind of special stone.
Does it have magic resistance?
Well,
a portion
it's
of
weird
dirt or
because it's
stone.
not magical resistance. I'm trying to think of a way to
It's
do
more of a
this, but-
conduit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost like it absorbs the magic without actually having an effect.
Ooh.
Oh.
So like you like will into it to be like to pull back that bit of stone, and when you cast your will into the magic of it, it seems to just suck it up.
Absorb.
This place is weird.
Hmm.
It absorbs magic.
Hmm.
By the way, I can't, just for the DM, I can't see, I don't have to type magic up anymore. It only lasts an hour, and we've spent an hour now.
Yeah. No.
It's been 30 minutes.
You were doing about 30 minutes. I mean, you guys
It
probably
was
spent
30
like 5-10 minutes down in the second floor.
Oh, okay.
So probably about 10 minutes since you kicked it on before you came upstairs. So you're at like 40 minutes of it. That's fine.
Okay.
But I
Anyway,
would say that like the walls themselves do have a little bit of a glow of magic, but it's not like you can tell it's not that they're like enchanted, but it just seems like there is magic in the walls.
All right. Anyway, before I forget, the scrolls and the chemicals are magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I mean, they're as magical as like alchemy components are and things like that.
yeah.
Like they have like I would say like a dull glow, just noting that they've been processed in a way that they are now considered magical.
All right. Anyone have any ideas? Kind of really curious to see if we can get up higher.
Yes, but should we also maybe think of destroying the crystal? don't
I
like leaving this here.
I tried magic on the wall, and it's not. This crystal's probably strong as fuck. I mean, sorry, swearing.
Hey, another swear drop.
Maybe Bardis might have a stronger way of hitting it, than me, because I think any magical means will not work. Plus, I actually don't really have much in terms of like breaky magic.
I'm gonna try smacking it with the bone,
Smacking what with the bone?
the crystal.
It. I would almost say that. Okay. I mean, you hit it. It doesn't. I'm trying to think if there would be an effect, but in reality, these things are not actually linked together. So you whack it, and you hear like a. If that didn't come across, it's like a thud, just like bone hitting stone.
Here are absence of sound.
I know.
Bone hitting crystal, I guess, would probably be the more accurate.
Okay. How
tall is the room?
It's like probably 40 feet high.
You said it was like 2 stories in this room alone.
Yeah, it's basically if you imagine 2 floors of the building in one room. Like, it's high. Like, they're high ceilings.
Anyone remember if there are windows on the upper floors?
I would say, if you remember looking at the building, there was not a window on anything higher than, like, the 3rd floor.
Dang. Anyone have rope?
I do. I have 50 feet of rope.
Do you think we could
So
want
do
to
I.
try from the top of the tower? I could mage hand it up there. Tie
Is
2
it
ropes
expanded
together.
to reach of only?
Mage hand's 5 feet or 5 pounds of.
Yeah, carry rope and then tie it like grappling hook it.
Well, 50 feet of rope is 10 pounds.
Oh. Anyone have silk rope?
Yeah, but 50.
Oh, I need a lighter rope.
But you can assume
It's
that
10
it's
pounds.
grabbing.
It can't carry more than 10 pounds, so only 1 rope. Damn.
But 50 feet's all we need.
Well, does that go to the top, you think? This room's like 40. There's 2 floors above it, apparently.
Yeah.
Wait.
It will not go to the roof.
Is each room 20? Is each room 20 feet tall? That seems kind of excessive.
Well, I mean, you got to figure that I didn't do the math in my head, so let's assume a 10-foot ceiling.
So then it's 20 feet up to the.
So 20 feet up to the 3rd floor, and we'll say that this room is probably okay. So then this room would be about 20 feet high. Does that make sense? Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
That means 40 feet.
At 20.
So what?
This room would be 20 feet, and then 2 floors above that would be another 20 feet.
Right. So the crystal goes up until the ceiling, basically.
Oh, okay.
Or up, not through the ceiling, but
Yeah.
it tips at the ceiling.
So,
You're talking 20 feet to get up to the I'll call it the 4th floor, 5th floor, whatever. If you assume that there's another floor above that, and so and then to get to the roof, you might barely make it.
Yeah, I think you should be able to make it.
So, let's see if we got something that can act like a grappling hook like thing. A crowbar.
You're adding weight to your rope then.
I know, I'm just thinking. So rope's 10 pounds.
Anything you add to it's going to add more weight than the 10 pounds then.
I know, but
I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy here, because I like the idea.
You can also cut a bit of rope off.
You can also assume that all 50 foot of that rope coiled up is the 10 pounds, right?
Yeah,
So
and
if
we're
you
not
grab
using
the
10
end
feet of it.
and if you're grabbing the end and pulling it up, you're not trying to pull all 10 pounds up at once.
Part of the weight is on the floor.
Yeah, 10 feet of the rope
Sure.
is still on the floor.
Or someone can also lean out the window a bit holding the rope.
And hold it.
So if you figure that if you can find something that's less than 2 pounds to use as a grappling hook, you're probably okay.
How much does that way.
Crowbar is 5 pounds.
What if is the mage hand able to like maybe dig a dagger into the groove of the stones to give some leverage?
Was there like nooks on the tower? You know what I'm talking about, like a castle kind of thing, where it's like a square, and I could just tie a loop in the rope and put the loop on that.
I always imagined that the top was kind of like an egg shape, but
Does it have like a railing?
I don't know why it would have that. So I guess it's just a big tower.
What's the upper structure? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume it has like a guard tower, like a Warcraft 3 guard tower, like top, where you have like the notches. I'm not sure what purpose they serve, but yeah, they can be there.
All right. How about we just tie a loop in the rope, and then we could just loop it around one of the notches,
Sure.
hoping that
I mean, the notches are going to be fairly sizable, so you're going to lose probably about 5-10 feet of rope just in the notch, or in the
That's
loop.
fine.
Then that means I go back up to 10 pounds of rope, which is exactly how much I could use.
Okay.
And then with the dangling end, we might still be able to reach and just add more rope to it.
Yeah.
If anybody else has rope.
Oh, we do.
Okay.
Want to try it, guys?
Sure. Nothing else to do.
All right. So, pretty much, guys, check my roping skills. I might have advantage from that. That is a mental advantage from the Book of Erotic. Anyway.
Wait, what?
It's all
I am
about
really,
time,
I am really good at use rope now.
Oh,
Anyway.
I got you.
Anyway, there is no use rope skill. Anyway, tie a loop in the rope and start, mage handing that loop up to the top.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and obviously you're mage handing it so you can get a secured loop around it. I mean, you kind of have to put it up there and then kind of smooth it into and around the segment of the top that you're trying to get it around. So yeah, I'll say you can do that, and the rope is probably dangling right about your window.
All right.
Cool.
Let's go. Oh,
All right.
give
So
it a
who's
little
going
tug
first?
first.
No volunteers?
No,
Rose went back. Am I still playing with the map? Am I done with that?
I would say you would have been done with it, yeah. I assume that you guys were doing your investigation. You were drawing the map. That was the half hour. This is now after the half hour you guys were planning on how to do this.
All right. So we got a rope to the top now.
What kind of check is this going to be? Assuming climbing up.
This is going to probably be athletics.
Yes.
Because you are going to be attempting to scale a building with a rope.
I want to go, but I don't think I have the strength for that.
I'll go.
Yeah, my character is also one of the kids that couldn't climb the rope in gym class.
All right, so Bardis, I would like an athletics check at disadvantage.
Now, can I just take 10 because I'm climbing with a rope?
Can you take 10?
Yeah, it's okay. Disadvantage is I don't want to do math right now. 16.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you get out there, you like feel the effects of the exhaustion a little bit, but you're like, nah, this is just a rope. I got this.
Mm-hmm.
So you manage to start climbing up. I guess in particular, are you trying to go to the roof? Are you just trying to investigate what you know to be above the room?
I'm actually just going to climb straight up to the top because I wasn't paying a massive amount of attention of the back and forth. So there's a rope somebody was asked to climb, so I'm going all the way up.
It finishes the map and
All
they're
right.
like, go climb that rope.
You
Okay.
get up to the top,
Yeah.
and it's. I mean, you can see kind of where the rope is attached to. It looks like it's just a bunch of like it's not a very deep roof, but it's just kind of for aesthetics. They put up like little grooves in it so that it kind of looks like it has a little bit of texture up there, but there's like nothing up on top of this roof.
Oh.
And you didn't see any windows on your way up either.
I'll just aim down or yell down. There's nothing up here. There's nothing on the way up here either.
All right. Worth a shot, right?
Because how many feet did you, or floors, I guess, did you say were unaccounted for then? Just one?
There's technically only one floor that's unaccounted for.
A 10-foot ceiling.
Yeah, like a 10-foot section.
No.
Is there room on this roof to wander around, look around a bit? Or is it very?
I mean,
you
it's
mentioned
about it's a little bit smaller than like it's probably like 10 foot inward because it kind of goes up and not a point, but it goes up and gets a little bit thinner as it goes up. So it's about the size of the room you were in, but now it's about 10 foot narrower. But so you can wander around, but all it is the stone.
So it's just the stone itself protruding from the top.
Yeah, there's like bricks or blocks of the stone that are protruding up. That's what the rope is attached to. But otherwise, this is just flat stone up here.
Oh, so the entire roof is just completely flat.
Yeah, there's nothing up there. It's
okay.
Yeah.
I give it
Not
a
even
quick.
an entrance? Yeah. I mean, I'd yell up. Not even an entrance?
Yeah, I give it a quick walk around just to see if there's anything, if I fall through anything or whatnot.
No, yeah, you don't notice anything. Nothing seems structurally unsound or anything. It's
I'll message up. So, well, if there's nothing up there, I did not do that.
You're fine.
You hear a bark all of a sudden, and I was using message. That'd be in your head. Anyway, message. Well, if there's nothing up there, can you see anything from the vantage point?
Well, from the 5-ish or the top of the 4 stories, I'll look around and see what I can see.
Yeah, you can see the town below. You get a good advantage of people moving around the town, getting things prepared still, like just goods going back and forth, people talking, mingling, whatever.
Nothing around the other side. This is pretty foresty, I believe, right?
Yeah, as far as you can see, it's forest. Except for you can see down the main road, it goes into the horizon.
Can't see the river source.
No, because it's enclosed in the forest canopy.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, he can see the city because it's not too far away. And then he can see the forest and he can see the road because there's no forest covering that road from his vantage. And he can see what till that breaks into the horizon, and he can barely make out like where the bridge is. But then beyond the bridge, it's hard to see anything just because forest and everything else.
Is there anything that of the town that is not matching with the maps that you have?
I would say that because you drew the map and you understand cartography, that map mirrors exactly how that city is laid out. So whoever designed it built it to specifications.
What was the thing about the map they mentioned? The white stone?
Yeah, it mentions that everything is made of white stone, and there's basically like notes or etchings that are made. So it shows the buildings and the layout of the city, but then it shows the conduits that basically run under the city that come back to the tower.
Got it. Okay. Oh, it's even got the conduit. Okay.
Yeah, the map showed that, but you can't see that. It's like it runs underground.
All right. Well, there's nothing up here. I'll begin climbing down the rope.
Okay.
All right.
Well, what do we want to do from here?
Well, you could continue trying breaking that crystal if you want.
Not feeling like I'm getting anywhere with that.
Taking a peek out the window. No one's coming towards the tower yet, yeah?
Not that you can see.
Do we want to wait for the prophet to come back and ambush him?
Hey guys, there's nothing up there, and everything looks pretty normal. I guess I'm just assuming I get down the rope. Seems to be nothing up there, or any idea for our next steps on this. So there's no windows that I could see.
Yeah, we're kind of debating that right now. Bardis, do you want to maybe take a swing at that crystal, see if you can do some damage to it?
We're just asking Bardis to do all the strength work.
Bardis is busy.
We're just like, we can't do anything. We're too tired. Bardis, you do it.
We all have noodly arms. He's got actual muscle.
I'm gonna go mage hand our rope. I'm gonna mage hand the rope back.
You want me to swing at the crystal?
I would like you to try and destroy it however you like.
Okay. Let's try. I will point my hand. I'll ball my hand up, right arm up with a right hand. God, I could talk. I am so sorry. I'll ball my right hand up into a fist and point it at the crystal and consume 3 charges of my Ring of the Ram.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you because what does that do?
That I spend 3 charges, and I will make a strength check to attempt to break the object since it's not being carried or worn. And each charge I expend is a +5 bonus, so it's a strength check plus 15. And the ring does not suffer from exhaustion.
Sure, no, that's fine. Does it say the size of the object?
No.
Okay. I mean, it's a large amount of force, but I don't know if it's okay. But you
I think it's meant for breaking down doors.
You still do a roll for it.
It's
it's a
7.
Okay, yeah. So go ahead and roll for it.
Well, it's one of 2 things. Okay, so either I can do an attack roll +7 to do 2d10 force damage to a thing.
Oh, gotcha.
Alternatively, I can expend 1 to 3 charges to try to break an object that I can see within 60 feet that isn't being worn or carried. Ring makes a strength check, a +5 bonus for each charge you spend.
Okay. I mean, yeah. So it's.
So the ring rolls a d20 and it gets a +15 on its strength check.
Is that how that works? Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and roll that then.
The ring or the dice likes the ring, so 33 strength.
Holy shit.
All right. I will say that. So, are you aiming this right at the crystal?
Where did this point me to?
At the crystal.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're literally just going for the apex center of the crystal.
Yes.
Okay. So you basically line up with the ring. You force your will into it. You just kind of get like that zoom, 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 like feeling like you're using all of the charges of that ring. And you basically just will out that force, and you kind of just shove your fist forward, and the force comes out. It hits the crystal, and the crystal cracks, and it spiders. It like a huge crack all the way, like I would say a good halfway up the crystal, and it's a deep gouge into that crystal, and you can feel the thump of that magic that is in that crystal, as it's almost like the crystal retched in pain, I would say. And as soon as you hit that, you hear, "What are you doing?" From the teleportation orb, and you see the prophet and 2 of his servants, or the 2 servants that you saw in the chambers, and instantly they drop form. and what you have in front of you is they look like I would almost say like dragonoid human types with wings behind them. And the prophet is a green color, and his two servants, or sorry, yeah, he is a green color, and the two servants are white, I believe. Let me look real quick. Yeah. So they're standing there in front of you, and yeah. That's what you see.
How nice to meet you. Now die.
And at that notion, you suddenly start like you notice that the prophet and the servants now in this new form like snarl and scream in your direction, and you see the green one reach out its hand, and it starts to cast something. And as soon as like you see this essence of magic start coming towards the group, everything blacks out.
I was going to do mold earth and rip the crystal apart some more.
I was going to try and sneak attack him.
So, and I'm kind of partially doing this because we're getting late into this episode, and I don't think we're going to want to do another session. But,
But we want to fight.
I know you want to fight, and that's fine. Next time, you know how to
Now we
provoke
know
the fight.
But you're going to make us do everything all over again.
Not necessarily. But so let's finish up this session and then we can discuss. So everything goes black. You see a single raven feather float to the ground, and as soon as it hits the ground, like from the point of the feather, everything rushes back, and you're now back in Flux.
She never talk to us?
Nope, she did not talk to you this time. What you do see when you arrive back in Flux is things are brighter. Like overall, like everything in this city, like there's just points of light all over the city.
Like sunlight?
I
not quite.
I do make a quick beeline though towards the blacksmith. Make sure baby is okay.
Okay, you beeline it to the blacksmith. What you see there is the blacksmith outside. The baby orc is kind of toddling around, and Lokar is grinning and actually playing with the child.
Oh my God.
And Snowflake is jumping around, kind of also playing with the child. Anorin is standing there, kind of just smiling and watching everything happen. Like, it seems like the town is kind of all just gathered around watching all of this happen.
This is too picturesque and peaceful. Something's wrong.
So, it's upon Puck running over, I'm assuming with a shocked look on his face, you see Lokar look up and go, oh, "You're back, finally."
You're smiling.
Well, a lot has happened since you all disappeared.
How long?
It's been a week.
Say what?
You've gotten a week's worth of sleep. I'm so tired.
That was the perfect reaction. The mass disappearance, it happened. That was a week ago. We were worried that you had all been lost, and Narak couldn't communicate or reach out to you, but she knew you were under the Raven Queen's wing.
It's only been a few hours for us.
Where is Narak?
Narak, and then you kind of see the badger kind of come out and just kind of, oh, they did return finally, and then as soon as things start to kind of move and whatever, you notice that there is a box that appears next to everybody. But we won't get into opening that right now. So there is a box. There is light all over. What you do notice is that it looks like it's individual points of light all over the city.
But
But
you're
not
gonna leave the
rays.
box there and tempt us for a week.
Of course.
Not rays of light. Just like
No. It looks like somebody put a light bulb on that point. I'm trying to think if Anoran's ever cast the spell light.
Is it like little orbs of light just dotting certain areas of the sky?
Not the sky. It's dotting like the ground, buildings. It's like somebody went around
People?
and just
Like-
touched a bunch of spots
It just made like fairy dust
and made
everywhere.
light like all over the
like
place.
shining flashlights.
Just like shining flashlight style, but it's on the building.
Interesting.
And then as you guys kind of look around all these lights, Lokar kind of goes, you like my handiwork.
Wait, you did this?
That's where we're ending the episode.
What?
Ha ha ha!
But we were there. We were gonna fight, and now we're back in Flux. Damn it!
Yeah, I mean, partially because I knew this. I didn't want this session to go on too much longer. But you guys got a lot of things, and yes, what I would like to do, because we try to do things in one session, couple episode runs, is at least in the next time, you now have steps. You understand some things you can do, so you can fast track some of these things. And I'm okay with that. Like, we can recap a little bit and go over, and if you want to change things, we can play through that. But if there's something you like the way you did it, we can just say, we're going to do this, and then move through that quickly.
So we can just Shaun of the Dead of it. It's where it's arrive on bridge,
Yeah,
go to
it's-
bar, get party drunk, go to meet Prophet, steal from Prophet, go to Prophet's tower, trick Prophet's servants to leave, teleport to
Go
the
for a
floor,
nice spot
or the
there.
crystal,
Yeah,
kill the enemy,
Head
have a
back
nice
to the
punch, and
tavern
wait for it all to
and-
blow over.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can Shaun of the Dead it a little bit in the future. And then, but I mean, we'll still do rolls. Like, if you're going to pickpocket the marble, we'll do a roll, because if it ends up being a bad roll, then we have to role play through that, whatever.
But is the gun on the mantle real or not?
The Winchester? Ooh,
Yeah.
good question. Good question. But yeah, for the sake of brevity, and obviously this is going to be a lot of repetition,
Sure.
that's the way we'll mechanically handle this. This is obviously discovery is one thing, but then repetitive discovery is another.
Oh, I mean, at least next time we go in and do this, we can do it without exhaustion.
Can we?
No, you
Okay,
can.
Yes.
We can try.
Well, if he's gonna go back on us, then
I just
want
want-
to try to get drunk
we-
again.
Oh, when he told me I need to break something, the first thing I was like, the ring doesn't get exhausted.
That's fine. And
I forgot you had that. I'm like, oh yeah.
I was trying to think of how I wanted to handle that, and then I'm like, no, it's a good idea. And it's just that what I need to do is establish what it takes to kind of rupture that crystal, because, like, in my mind, that's a big solid crystal. I'm not sure how much force damage. Like, that's why there's just a crack in it that you did, because it's going to take a lot to destroy that crystal. But
Well, he rolled like 2 under max.
Actually, yeah, because the dice have been doing you maybe climb the rope, and I think that 7 was the highest roll I had up until that point. It was either ones or 7, and then that was like boom, 18, like plus 15. Yeah, suck it, Crystal.
well, good. Yeah, so that was fun. I thought I was hoping the fatigue mechanic, like, I wanted to give you guys the ability to redo things, but I wanted that to come at a great cost, and that's what the fatigue came in at.
I also kind of had the feeling that when the prophet came back and said, "What are you doing?" that was a little bit of the DM voice as well.
Oh no, it wasn't.
What are you doing?
I want to say things, but I also don't want to reveal too much, just because you are going back and visiting this. But your deception didn't work. I'll just put it that way.
Puck's deception didn't work?
No, Puck's deception didn't work.
So they like went to get him versus like, okay, we'll go get food.
Yeah, it was
Well, now, but
Not long to get back.
even if we don't know that the deception didn't work, we still know that we lost them for an hour. We got them out of there for an hour, which is enough for us to get up there. And now that we know what to do, it's gonna be even quicker.
There's also alternate things that might have happened if you tried to leave.
Sure. I assume they just ran into him in town and then came back with him.
Sure.
Yeah, we assumed they found him and went, wait a minute.
Or or he's like, what do you mean
but
I told you to?
But I mean, I think maybe things will change based on how things go next time, but I think what we did is a pretty solid plan of just luring them in there and then
Yeah. No.
killing them out of sight of the town.
Yeah,
I'm
but we
not
also
saying
know
that-
another thing. We know that the prophet can get into the level without his marble, and so can his servants.
True.
Or
And
his
we also
servants
know
are
that
also
they're
know
actually
about it.
not
You guys got up there with
elves.
one marble.
Yeah, well, maybe the servants have marbles, or yeah,
Oh.
and they're not human or
elf
what's
or
the
whatever.
elf thing?
Well, maybe next
Well,
time. we
you
just-
saw
maybe next time we just
those two. I will say you saw those two servants, and you saw that prophet, and they both turned into these dragony things.
Hmm.
Which
maybe
for
next time we
the-
kill 'em.
Sorry,
for
my
the
favorite part's still. What are you doing?
for the respective audience, those are Abishai out of the Mordenkainen's Tomophos.
That race.
Yeah, but you guys as characters don't know that yet, so
Oh.
unless you're familiar with Abishai, but I doubt.
Oh, they're biblical figures according to Google.
Well, there you go. But yeah, so if anybody is curious what that creature was that they saw, it was an Abishai.
Cool. Well, I look forward to trying to kill one.
I really wanted to get like a surprise round on you guys and just take somebody down hard, but
Yeah, but now we'll be expecting it.
that's fine. I mean, it depends on how things go next time. You never know how the rolls will
Totally
work. Or
could've. I'm curious why you didn't.
what?
You're the one who pulled us out.
I did because of time. I didn't want to start a combat round or.
We were fine if we did. Oh, I was
I-
fine if we did.
I know, but it's a timing thing. And now you guys did a lot of investigation. If you guys want to go right into a combat next time, you know how to fast track to that. You guys got a lot more information out of the session than I expected you to. So, like, you guys had some really good ideas, and I set all this up in my mind, and I'm just letting you guys roll through it. I'm not changing things just because like things get discovered or whatever. So.
Yeah, but I'm also slightly concerned because you said that they'll start to remember us.
Yep.
I did actually note though that I had in a note I have that the first time you see him, you're kind of good. Like it. Takes
Yeah,
him
I
seeing you
think the
once.
Raven Queen had told you that he would be unaware.
Like he's not going to instantly recognize us.
Right.
That time.
Because so
But does it
I
take a
think the
second
Raven
scene,
Queen
or it
explained
just
it, and I
takes
will
him
explain the
after that?
mechanic the way I have it in my head. If anything unusual happens, he checks in with his boss. His
Wow.
boss exists outside of the time loop.
So as
Sure.
long as he doesn't have time to check in with his boss while we're in the time loop, then technically his boss doesn't know anything, so nothing carries over.
Right. Well, no, it's not even a matter of carrying over. His boss knows basically everything that he has reported ever. So even if every time he reports in, his boss now knows about that. But if he can get in and report back, his boss will tell them those people are bad, go kill them, kind of thing.
They're onto you.
Right.
But because the time loop ended when he found us, he probably didn't
Right.
get a
He did
report.
not. I would say that during this, and this is my own whatever. During this time, he never had a chance to check in.
Even seeing us in the tower.
Right. Because
Oh, so even that he didn't recognize us.
right.
Or
Okay.
me, I guess.
Well, he
Um,
did not recognize you when you first showed up in the city. Like when you met with him,
Yeah,
he
but I
didn't know who you
assume
were.
then the second time he saw us, he's like, "Oh, I didn't know if it was just like a memory recollection."
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, because that's what I was
it-
thinking. It was like deja vu
It's
stuff
not- it's like-
happening.
In
Something's fishy.
this timeline, the one you guys went through tonight, you met him. This is the first time he's seen you.
Mm-hmm.
You did not strike him as unusual enough to need to go report right away.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were very friendly travelers. And then you went into his tower.
Yeah.
As far as you know, the servants saw that you were up to no good. The servants went and told the prophet, hey, these people came in there, look like you, and told us to leave. He shows back up, and next thing you know, he's getting a twing in his gut that says the crystal just got hit.
Yeah, it was the crystal.
And then he ambushed you guys.
But that was
It's not much of an ambush when he goes, "What are you doing?"
Well, okay, but I'm saying then he was
And that was my favorite part. I love
his plans changed because of your guys' actions.
Sure.
But
then the Raven Queen stepped in and said, "And this is a good point to pull you out."
right.
Okay.
I mean, I'd like to say what the challenge rating of that thing is, and I don't know if you'd survive.
Yeah. No. As also a DM, and yeah, no. We might want to save that for later.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, that's an insight into my thoughts and how I'm trying to play this fair and everything else. I mean, I've still got things that you guys haven't discovered, but
yeah,
and you've only gotten a couple pieces of the puzzle in a way.
Sure.
But it's still a here are the 3 things you need to do. How are you going to do them?
Yeah.
Well, we got one down, and we figured out how to jumpstart the second one when we need to.
What you got you think you destroyed the crystal?
No, I think
we
I
just-
stole the marble and we got him alone.
Oh,
we could
yes.
try and kill him.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, you have ideas on how to do things. So, all right. I think on that note, we will end the episode.
Sound good?
Yeehaw.
Feel free to let us know on socials what you think. Because maybe I'm giving out too much information, but I figure if anybody doesn't want to know, they'll just kill the episode before I start touting out metagaming stuff. But
Just because you know or we know doesn't mean that our characters know.
that too.
This is true.
So.
We try to not metagame.
All right, cool. Well, then everybody have a good night, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.